Go for it.
That was terrible.
That was crap. That was garbage. This place sucks.
Overreaction Monday.
All right, this is for Jameson in Seattle. John Harbaugh's 2-point miscues will cost the Ravens the division.
That's not an overreaction, the way things are working right now, But the next 3 weeks will bear that out, It'll bear that out. And you have every opportunity to make up for it. The Ravens have a tough go of it. Their last games, they're at Cincinnati. They're home for Los Angeles Rams. What a huge Week 17 game that is, day after the New Year. And Pittsburgh. Here we go. Got to win the games in your division.
Those are tough.
You got to avoid the sweep by Cincinnati. Go up there and beat them up like Cleveland did. Go up there and beat them up like Los Angeles Chargers did. So you still have time to prove that those are right decisions in the moment. Just didn't work out, but made us better for the crucible of the NFL season. Always forges a better result if you believe in your team and sense of self and your philosophy. So, but for the moment, that's not an overreaction. They're not in first place right now, and those are 2 losses, which we're assuming would have been wins if you had just forced overtime.
Right.
Or if you
the
just
game.
executed the 2-yard play better. What else?
Rich, you made the case earlier for Jonathan Taylor for MVP, but I'm going to say Tom Brady lost the MVP last night.
You know what? That is an overreaction. But Rodgers has not been shut out at home this year. And if you're going to put one thing next to another, if you're going to put, resumes next to one another, Rodgers has the leg up right now with 3 to go.
Yep.
And if I would rate it with 3 to go, if I had a vote in this sort of thing, I would vote Aaron Rodgers as the MVP, number 1. And I know there will be a lot of people that would think that him being inoculated instead of vaccinated.
Being purposely misleading.
Well, to the media is what he was. To the media, not to his team, not to the league, to the media. And, me being a member of the media, obviously I'm offended. Even if I wasn't a member of the media, I would be offended because there were other people in the room. But his play on the football field is second to none. Again. At the position. And he's 1, Jonathan Taylor's 2, and Brady's 3 right now.
Ooh.
That's the way I would vote it. Right now. So I guess that's an overreaction by me, admittedly. They still have 3 to go. They should dominate Carolina twice and beat the Jets. So 3 in a row for the Bucs on the way home. What else, Chris?
No love for Patrick Mahomes still?
He was my preseason favorite. I would love to be proven correct. Are you kidding? But come on, man. Part of the reason why they've won 7 in a row is more defense than anything else.
He had 400 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I know that, but over the span of the 7 wins, Rodgers has been consistently outstanding. A++ or AA+. See what I did there?
I see it.
Thank you.
All right. It gets the feeling to me, guys, that we're on a Chiefs-Packers Super Bowl collision course.
Yeah, I know.
Feels that way, doesn't it?
That's an overreaction.
Feels that way,
That's
though.
an overreaction because last week, Chiefs and Bucks looked pretty damn good,
I know.
too.
I'm just saying.
Now. And then, the Packers have another game against the Vikings to come. They've got another game in division as well to come. You take a look at the Green Bay schedule. I think there's some very winnable games. As you know, my 4th down went down the tubes. My boast that the Bucks and Packers would both go undefeated the rest of the way. But home against Cleveland, home for Minnesota, at Detroit, they should win those 3 games. They should win those 3 games and then have another 3-loss season. That would make it 3 in a row. 13-3, 13-3, 14-3. They look terrific. They look like the most consistent and terrific team in the NFC, and someone would have to go to Green Bay and beat them. Rams go there? Sure, can. Last year with Goff. Bucks going to be the repeat from last year. Week off. Rams come in, Bucks come in. We'll see if they go 2-0 this time as opposed to 1-1. What else, Chris?
Okay, Chiefs, the most dangerous team in the AFC. I think we can all agree on that. But the second most dangerous
I know, finish
team
the sentence.
in the AFC.
Colts.
The Indianapolis Colts.
Not an overreaction. A proper reaction. A 100% proper reaction. They have a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. I don't think he's going to win it, but Darius Leonard is terrific. He's worthy of that sort of elevation. And they've got an MVP candidate. Oh, yeah. You don't want a piece of them. You don't want to see them. Time to get them was weeks 1 through 3. And then outside of that,
everyone was getting them then.
I know.
Yeah.
And the only time and the only times that they've lost since then is twice in overtime and that one time against the Bucs, and that's it. Every time Jonathan Taylor runs for 100 yards, that's 8 times now they've won. You don't want a piece of them. Nuh-uh. And the Titans better keep winning. Otherwise, they'll find themselves on the road, and then suddenly everybody will be trying to drown out the noise of the screaming folks wearing Jeff Saturday jerseys,
They're still wearing Peyton Manning jerseys.
All those Robert Mathis jerseys in the stands. They're everywhere. They're everywhere in Indianapolis. You know it. No home fans. They're the greatest ratio of jersey-wearing fans to seats at Lucas Oil. I finished your sentence. It was not an overreaction. I knew where you were going. What else?
You mentioned Defensive Player of the Year just now, talking about Darius Leonard. You know who is the Defensive Player of the Year?
Who's that?
TJ Watt is going to win Defensive Player of the Year, guys.
Can't argue with that. Although, I think it's Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons didn't do much yesterday.
TJ Watt is so good.
17 and a half sacks. Come on.
And he hasn't played all the games either, has he? Wow.
3 games left. Mike Strahan's record might go down.
Multiple people might get it, right? Is Myles Garrett within reach?
He's got a sack on. TJ has a sack on Garrett.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll see what happens today, won't we? Not an overreaction. It's going to be an awfully difficult vote because Aaron Donald isn't taking a step back either.
Yeah. I was going to add to
Parsons,
this.
Nick Bosa is making a late run again.
I was going to add to this. I was going to put TJ Watt wins Defensive Player of the Year and the Steelers make the playoffs. That might have been a little too much.
That would be an overreaction because 7-6-1, they haven't shown any consistency.
I know, but they won yesterday.
They should. You know what they need to do? They just need to go into games thinking that they've lost. The previous week. Yeah, they've lost. Because they play better that way.
All right, one more, guys. They play tomorrow. Mike, you going to the game tomorrow?
No, I will be on a plane going east.
Yeah, he's heading back home.
I'll take your tickets, guys, because the Rams are going to win the NFC West.
I like this.
That's not an overrection right now. I mean, you know what I mean? Like overreaction now.
Well, we're getting to the end of the year.
You know what? We're now in the red zone of the year. Okay, so it's tougher to score, and everything's tighter. So it's easier though to get a result. You know what I'm saying? Where when you're watching. It's easy. You're like, are you going to score or not? Like you have 80 yards behind you. There's a question whether you're going to score or not. There's a question if you're having a scoring drive, you're in the middle of a scoring drive. Now it's like, okay, we're in the middle of a scoring drive. How many points are we going to get? So is it an overreaction or not? It's a tighter box is basically what I'm saying.
Box is tight.
And so I think it's a proper reaction. The Arizona Cardinals are home for the Colts at the Dallas Cowboys with the Seahawks loving to stick a fork in them. The Rams are at the Vikings, at the Ravens, and home for the 49ers. And talk about a short week. They're going to have to go to Minnesota, and Minnesota plays tonight, and they're going to have the longer week. Damn. All right. I'll say it's still the Rams have got a lot of games to win. San Francisco at the end. I know, this is also just kind of game.
It's kind of more an indictment on the Cardinals, their current state, having looked really bad 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I'll say it's still a proper reaction, but the Cardinals still, still got a game on them for the moment. They could be all tied up by Tuesday night. Whew. So I'll say it's a proper reaction. It's not an overreaction. It's very rare to have an overreaction now, right?
It's tough.
We're down the road, but we're going to still plow ahead here. Thank you very much. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.